Stolen Nation back again. And yo, listen, this is the interesting one, man. And I actually want to know what the people think. What does Stolen Nation actually think about this one, man? So obviously, 6ix9ine is saying that IshowSpeed is making more money than Drake. Now, there's no denying that Drake is the biggest musical artist currently. There's no doubt about that. Obviously you could say people like Taylor Swift, but I think Drake globally is definitely more recognized than Taylor Swift. I personally think that, even though that's debatable in itself, but yeah, there's no doubt that Speed, on the other hand, is definitely the biggest streamer right now. There's no doubt about it. He's gone all over Africa. He's got like, I forgot how many millions of followers he's got, but like he was on stream the other day and he had like 400,000 people watching live, bro. And now 6ix9ine is saying that Speed is getting paid more than Drake, man. Like, yo, look, check this out, man.
Give me an A-list rapper right now.
Drake.
Oh, where's the video, man? Where's the sound at, man? What's going on?
Give me an A-list rapper right now.
Drake.
You think him and Speed making the same amount of money? I'm gonna give you that. Drake and Speed. Who you think making more money right now?
Drake.
How? Off music?
He just did a tour. I don't know how good his OVO merch is doing.
Nigga, Speed with the fucking Sheik of Saudi Arabia. Put it like this. Why? Just comparing the two should say what, nigga, it's Speed, a nigga that gets in front of a camera, bro.
Drake, though, his catalog, you know how much streams he does?
That's cool, bro.
I know he may not own his music,
all right, cool,
but he's recouped.
No, that's cool. But, bro, imagine putting a 10-year amount of work in, right? Take Care, Marvin's Room, One Dance, all that shit, and a kid comes out of fucking Cleveland, Ohio, just fucking doing backflips in his living room.
Backflips.
That's what I do, bro. I talk facts, bro.
You think Speed has more money than Drake?
Nah, I'm not saying that. I said, ain't making the same amount of money right now. Put it like this. Stream gonna get an endorsement. How much Drake will get paid for a show? Just say 250,000, 500,000, a million, whatever.
Drake probably get 2-3 million a show.
Okay. I say Speed. I know niggas right now in online casinos that's making $1 million a month. State, Rubat, all these casinos making $1 million a month.
Yo, people, check this out, man. Like, streamers are definitely getting paid serious bucks, bro, and especially people like Speed, who is literally making millions. He's making millions, bro. There's no doubt about it. He's getting invited. Right now, he's on a tour all over Africa, and the traction he gets just from being there. Obviously, the same what happened with Drake and stuff. But like 6ix9ine just said, bro, yeah, like my man is chilling with the top dogs in Saudi Arabia, bro. You know what I mean? And we're talking about a guy who literally, as he said, puts on a camera and does backflips, bro. You know what I mean? Now, the question about whether he's getting paid more than, Drake, bro, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really keep up with how much they're making. Like, obviously, when it comes to music, as they say, he doesn't own his music, and that's a big L, that is. Well, not an L, but it's a big loss in comparison to how much the label are making. And this is why, I gotta give props to people like Vybz Kartel, yeah, because he has literally his whole career been independent, bro. He's done everything by himself. He was in jail. He went gold from being in a jail cell. So every penny that he's making from his music is going back to him. Now Drake, he's making money from going on tours, selling merches and stuff, and that's it. Like, even with Drake selling merch, like, I have to wonder why a lot of rappers and artists, yeah, who have a fan base, why don't they look to sell merch, bro? Like, why don't they look to sell merch? Like, let's just do some numbers right now, yeah. Like, just to put this into context, yeah. Let's say, I don't know, a big artist, whoever you can think of, yeah, like, they were to sell some merch, right? even if they were to make £15 profit on each item sold, and they've got like, you know, and they overtime sell, I don't know, even even 45,000. Yeah, 45,000 sales. 45,000. That's not a lot, by the way. And this is real life maths you're doing here. 15 times 45,000. And that in itself is £675,000 or dollars or shillings, whatever you want to say. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy, man. Recently I've been doing like, maths on things, yeah, on how just from selling to, a number of people, how things just accumulate and how you can actually make money, man. So, anyone who's watching this and you've thought of like a business idea where, selling a product or service, 45,000 in the grand scheme of things is nothing, bro. £15. That's over £500,000. And now imagine if Speed, now I don't know if he's actually doing it, but now imagine if Speed was actually selling merch, bro. How much would he make, man? How much would you make if you decided to sell some merch, bro? And you make something of yourself, make yourself a brand, and definitely that is definitely where, where we're going now into the digital age. Having your own brand is a very important thing in life, bro. I feel like that's the direction we're going. And if you can create your own brand from now, in 5 years' time, you're going to, if you utilize your brand effectively, you're going to be in a very good position, man. Because, a lot of people that have their own brand, but they're not really aware of how to utilize things, man. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people even go viral and they're not really sure on how to utilize, like, it's virality. They're not really sure on how to utilize it, man. And like, that's just an exact, like, even like this right here now, this is beard oil. Yeah, like, I didn't plan to have it here. I just picked it up. Yeah. Now this is £8, £7.99. How much of these products do you think they sell on a yearly basis, bro? This is like, repurchase, like people repurchase this. It's just like, when you think about maths, yeah, and like when you just come out of like, the usual, go to work, and obviously there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. I've got a 9 to 5, man, like, damn. But when you think outside of that and you think of, how can you do something yourself? How can you make a dream for yourself rather than, fulfilling other people's dreams? You really start to deep that, you know what? You can do something, man. In your lifetime, all these years on earth, you're telling me that we can't create one product or one service. We can even try. So yeah, man, like, when I say, like, when you put into context, you really deep things, man. Like, we've all got the same, like, 24 hours, and we could all think of something to make ourselves extremely successful and make our generation successful. But yeah, that's it for me, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Do you think Speed is making more money than Drake? But yeah, people, if you like the video, like, subscribe. Peace. I'm out.